John, this is gonna be fun. Just in case you don't know Marilyn yet.
Okay, I'm ready for Marilyn.
Marilyn, welcome in.
Hey, Marilyn, how you
doing? I love you. I'd be sending more super chats, but I think I was banned from your channel again.
Yeah, you probably said some stuff and got banned again. That's likely. Yeah.
No.
You can't talk about the Jews in my chat.
I don't.
No, you can't do Jewish space lasers or the moon is fake or.
The moon's not fake, but I did want to. Justin is God, and that's what I wanted to talk about.
I appreciate that. It sounds like you've got a new argument we haven't heard yet. You want to lay it down for us?
Well, you don't think you're God, so I want to know why.
Well, see, I don't believe I have any attributes of God. Like the attributes of God would be all powerful, all knowing, omnipresent. I don't seem to have any of those attributes.
I think you're all powerful and with all the power and authority, all knowing. What exactly are you supposed to be knowing? Like, I believe we're all God and we're all part of one body. So every individual person has all the knowledge that they know. So all together, all the knowledge that is known and talked about is already known by the whole collective. So God sort of does know everything.
So John is going to have some questions. Marilyn, you and I've talked before. I kind of know what you believe. You're a little bit on the Christ consciousness level, although you're not a Christian, which is fine. But let's talk a little bit. Let's push a little bit deeper. What in your belief system, or what about your belief system, can we demonstrate to be true, so that someone like John and I can look at it and be like, oh yeah, this maybe we should believe it too.
Well, you are the image of God, so you can look in a mirror and you can tell you are a person. You are manifested into reality. You're not just a spirit or a thought. Well, you are actually. Jesus was God, and he had eyes and ears and nose.
Right, Marilyn. How do you know what the image of God is? Like, how do you know that?
Because man came up with the image of God. So if it came from man, then that's what man wants to.
Do you see how that's circular though? Well, do you see how that's circular? Because you're saying man decided what God looks like, therefore we are in the image of God. You're just that's circular in that kind of way.
But wouldn't that be kind of like idolizing the word God and saying that that God is something separate from whoever created the word God and whoever made it up and invented it, and it came out of their perceptions and mind and wrote it down or talked about it.
So Marilyn,
from a man?
Right. So Marilyn, if God truly exists, like any kind of God that created, maybe I should ask that first. Do you believe that God is a real entity that created everybody or created this universe or has any kind of like active agency in this universe?
I believe that God is the beginning and the end. So I believe we always were and always will be. So I don't believe there was some sort of, we were all known before the world began, is what the Bible says. We were all known before the world began. So if we were all known, maybe we weren't. What?
Well, since it seems like you're using the Bible, and that the Bible typically, says that God, pre-existed, the universe, and that God through Jesus, if you believe in the Gospel of John, created everything. Would you say that would be accurate to your beliefs, that God pre-existed the universe and created the universe with his, his omnipotence?
I believe we are all gods. We are all God because of God. So I believe we were always known. We have always been and always will be. I don't agree to a beginning of creation. I don't believe in evolution. I believe we always were and always will be. We are gods. We are God.
Well, okay. So how do you explain the fact that the Earth is only 4.5 billion years old, and that it formed at that point, and then there was a good 9 billion years before the Earth formed? How do you explain that?
I am a flat earther. I don't know where y'all even get the capacity in your brain to even register 9.8 million billion years and actually
9.8 million billion.
solid evidence of someone knowing something that outrageous.
Okay. Well, so what I can tell you as far as the science goes, we've been able to analyze zircon crystals, and we've been able to do radiometric testing on them to determine that the oldest one was formed like about 4.5 billion years ago. So that's how we know that the Earth is at least that old. And the way that we know that the universe first inflated about a little over 13 billion years ago is due to things like the redshift of the planets, as well as we've been able to take a picture of the cosmic microwave background radiation, and like just being able to measure that starlight, is also a pretty good indication of how old things can be in this universe. So I'm just kind of curious as to like why do you deny the deep time that is represented by physical evidence that we have in our reality?
Well, I mean, that's all well and good, but I believe the Bible to where we are source. The air was here, the water was here, the ground and land was here, the vegetation was even here, plants were here.
Were the stars there?
The sun and the moon and the stars.
Right,
So
that doesn't
I
make
sort
sense.
of have a
But
different-
were
I
the
believe
stars
we are
there?
source.
Were the stars there?
No, we are source. We were here before there was life on the
No,
place, before there was a sun and moon and stars.
okay, yes, I get that. But you agree that the stars were there, though, right? Like when the sun was created, or whenever you think the stars got put there, you think the stars were created at the same time that we were, correct?
No, not at the same time. No, not no. We were made first, and then all the other stuff was made.
Okay, that further complicates everything that we experience in reality. Do you know how fast light moves?
Okay, no, because I feel like all this is indoctrination, and someone told you this and fed it down your
This is
throat, and
something
you're
that we
just
can
like,
physically measure.
I wanna
We
get
can
on a more
Marilyn, we can physically measure the speed of light, and because we can measure the speed of light, we can actually know how long it takes light from distant galaxies and distant stars to travel here. And like the nearest one totally debunks your entire idea of like a young Earth or of God creating things.
I don't necessarily believe in a young Earth. I believe it was all, I don't know, man. It almost feels like you believe in psyops just like the Christians. Like you have Stockholm syndrome just like the Christians do. You have to have some
I have Stockholm syndrome? No, I'm sorry, but the speed of light is not a Stockholm syndrome thing. The speed of light is something that you can measure. I'm sorry, I'm muting you real quick because this is not some kind of Stockholm syndrome thing. This is speed of light is something that we have measured, we can measure, and we can know like how long it takes light to like progress from distant stars. This is just hard math. Do you think that math is somehow a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing where math has been manipulated to give us one number? Because like math is literally just measuring our reality. Like that's all it does. It's not biased in one direction or another. Like it's just fucking math, and that's what I'm talking about here.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Math can totally be in the ways of numbers like you guys like to use, but I don't believe math is the ways of numbers. I believe it's the ways of order. Math is order, and there is an order to things. Like the stuff you're talking about is semantics. Like there is a divide here within the human psyche, some sort of division that creates conflict that needs to be resolved. And it's just ignorance. I don't necessarily feel like it's out of malice. More out of ignorance.
So how is it? Well, Marilyn. So how is it ignorant of me to take a basic equation of speed times distance or times some other values in order to get the amount of time it would take for that photon to get here from another star out in the solar system? How is that just ignorance on my part? It's literally just multiplying one number against another number to get yet another number that represents the amount of time it takes. That debunks your entire position here. So I'm still not understanding how that's somehow biased in any kind of way, or it's an indication of my ignorance.
No, I'm not saying you're ignorant. I'm saying you're God. Maybe that's your hobby. Maybe that's what you like to do, but you shouldn't have to put it on other people and make them believe it and make them
Marilyn,
get on board. And
Marilyn, if I was an all-powerful God, I would snap my fingers right now and make you stop believing this silly shit. If I was a God, that's what I would do.
Pretty over me. We're all God. No one can be an idol if everyone is God. You cannot tell me what to do, just like I can't tell you what to do. No one is above or below anyone. Hierarchy is a sin. Competition
so
is
Yahweh,
a sin.
Yahweh is just another human that's walking around on Earth? Is that what I hear you saying? Is Yahweh just another human that's been walking around on Earth?
I mean, probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. I mean, we're all God. I don't understand why we have to do this thing to make it so grandiose.
You mean, why do we have to do this thing of critically analyzing the radical shit that you're saying? Because it doesn't make sense with reality. That's what. No, I understand that you're not a Christian. No, if you're not a Christian, then quit using the fucking Bible, Marilyn.
Well, reality is still true. Like, you can disassociate from reality, but reality isn't going to disassociate from you. That stuff really happens.
Listen, if you're not part, Marilyn, if you're not part of an Abrahamic faith, why are you using the Bible?
Because God is real. Jesus is real.
It doesn't answer my fucking question. Justin, you knew I was getting into this, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, John. I knew what was happening tonight. Marilyn, do you believe the Vedas are real?
Vedas? What is that?
Like Hindu scriptures?
What is that?
Like, do you believe in the holy text for other religions?
We're all gods. Well,
right.
I believe truth has no agenda. Truth has no agenda. Right. So any lie or any thought that doesn't inspire hope is rooted in a lie. It's just, there's a good side and a way of doing things, and it's gathering, and then there's a bad side that causes sadness and hurt and scatters. I mean, children get into heaven. You have a mind of a child. I feel like it's common sense. But for some reason, people distort good with bad, and they want to mix the two and say stuff that is flagrantly just evil, just bad, just intentionally unbalancing the situation, and think they have done something to virtue signal about, like they've done something good. It doesn't add up in my mind what people are doing. It has to be out of ignorance.
Sure. Well, listen, Marilyn, we've got just enough time to take our last caller. I appreciate you coming up and chatting with us.
Thank you guys for taking.
I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good Sunday. We wish the best for you.
Yes, I love you, Justin. You're God. I'm going to get you. We're going to get you. Everyone's going to get you.
What?
Sure thing. Have a good one.
Thank you guys again.
Bye, Marilyn.